And welcome back to the IWAR Network Tubecast Holiday Edition. I'm your host, Juan, Cena, your IWL and NWL Commissioner, and with me, as always, is Matt Riley. How you doing tonight, Matt?
Ho, ho, ho. I'm excited.
Are you?
Yeah, this is going to be like another 4 o'clock podcast. What can possibly go wrong?
Everything.
Yes, everything.
So today's episode will be the December cycle in review. So Matt, did you want to start with our Christmas poem?
Yes, as those of you on the IWAR network page on Facebook will know, Thomas Cottrell posted a little ditty, his take on "'Twas the Night Before Christmas." We're going to read it now, or I'm going to read it now, and try to do it justice. So, "'Twas the night before gold, when all through the land holds were being chosen, sneak attacks were being planned. The strats were all picked with the greatest of care, in hopes that just once Johnny would be fair. The rookies were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of 501s danced in their heads. And Papa Jake answering emails, listening to a Tubecast, just praying to God they understand more this cycle than last. When over on the dungeon there arose such a clatter, the flutters all rushed to see what was the matter. The rest of us ignored it, closed the window in a flash. Damn it, it's Christmas. Who's got time for that trash? Look who's challenging Gunther. Once again, it's Kyle. You have to question his brains, but man, he's got style. When what on the IWAR page should appear but Luther Alexander threatening to DDT a reindeer? Here comes some strat help, all cagey and wily. I knew in a flash it must be Matt Riley. He'll explain what holes should be played. We'll argue the drops, but agree, fuck Jade. Now Kaufman, now Winston, now Koenig in lockdown. On blanks, on Monroe's, on Relic, and wait, where's Killer Clown? To top of the title page, League, here we come. Wait, did I double a hold? Man, I feel dumb. Before the ink on the trash talk has time to dry, we email it to Kim, then patiently stand by. Then off to the browser we go in a blink, to constantly click F5, while hoping we don't stink. There are only a couple of faces to cheer, Neo and Mason and Michael. Maybe I'll turn one of my guys' face. Nah, next cycle. But heels there are plenty, because it's fun to be bad. Face promos can be kind of boring, and being a dick is kind of rad. In our minds, our fake guys are filling arenas, and all we really want is Tubecast love from Juan Cena. It's been a great year, and here's to the next one. Start a feud, write some trash talk, have some fun, win some matches, start some fights, and win a title. Happy holidays to you all, and may you all have a good cycle.
Here, here.
I was well done. I enjoyed that. So thank you, Tom, for that wonderful note. And I will say in the future, if someone can come up with other type ditties, we will also insert them. As long as it doesn't start with, there once was a man from Nantucket whose strat was so long.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Speaking of strats, I messed up my UNL last month because I butchered my strats. And when I do, I use a formula, and I missed a number on the formula, and it threw everything off. Oops. Let that be a lesson, kids. So, there it is. There's our holiday poem. So, shall we get to our results, or do you want to do the questions, or what should we do first?
Let's do questions.
All right, let's see here. Preguntas. First question is, what will kill Jake Joyce first, drinking or Uber Eats McDonald's delivery? I'm going to guess that means that McDonald's can be delivered to your house by an Uber driver.
Yeah. Which is
that's
fantastic. I'm looking into that myself. I'm a big fan of Chipotle, personally. I like burritos. I'm a burrito man. So
there's already Grubhub out there, or Foodler.
Well, it depends on your area. So what's available in your area? I want burritos delivered by a handsome man on a bicycle.
I'm going to call it right now and predict that there will be a fist fight in the news in which a Uber driver is attacked because he ate too many fries from somebody's order.
And I'm pretty sure Jake's going to die when someone asks him for strat advice that has a 350 strat.
Here's a quick piece of advice for all you new players out there. if you want to have a strat that's almost guaranteed a sure thing to be above 485, just take all the holds from last cycle that were the top possible combination and use those. You're going to probably do pretty well. I mean, better than Shitsville.
You're going to do average. I mean, you're not going to win all your matches, but you're not going to lose all your matches either, and you're not going to embarrass yourself.
Right. So that was the first question. So the first serious question is, what are some of our IWAR predictions for 2018? And which recent upcoming NWL graduates will make a major impact in the BRL, CWL, and IWL? Well, prediction-wise, I predict that the NWL is going to become very interesting in that it's going to go through some changes. I'm involved in this, and it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully fun, not a lot of work. But maybe both. But we'll see.
The NWO was in need of an overhaul. I can admit that, and I think Jake's going to do a fantastic job moving forward with that. I'm very excited to see what he does moving forward. I think it's going to be pretty sweet from what I see already in the works, but trying to stay surprised as well because I just want to see what goes down. So I'm actually really, really excited. In terms of rookies making an impact, it's always hard to say. For me, it's going to be people who are not going to, the shock of going into a vet league. Like, for example, we had Lord Drama who felt the need to go into all these vet leagues, and he went into BRL and the IWL and won like 5 matches. He got smoked. And it's never a good thing to see that our commissioner's champion goes into a vet league and gets utterly destroyed. It's bad for morale. I 100% suggest that you guys wait out your entire 17 cycles and become 100% comfortable in picking holds and strategies. Now, oftentimes the people who do well when they transition from the rookie league to a veteran league is those people who have strong characters, put in a ton of work in terms of TT. So you have someone like Ricky Kyle who's just entered the CWL. He's going to do extremely well. He did extremely well in the rookie league, and he's going to do extremely well in the CWL. But it is a crapshoot. So just keep that in mind. Although we do right now have a lot of guys doing some great work in the NWL. It's hard to pick one person because they have to maintain it. And they can't get too frustrated when they walk into this league and they're not winning championships every cycle.
Right.
Like the BRL is so tough right now that we have people who've been playing the game for 30 years who are not winning regionals every cycle. So you have to adjust your expectations, and not for nothing, when you do win championships, they mean 10 times more.
It's one thing, looking at who will do well, where I agree that having your character in a story arc in play is going to make a big difference. It is tough to go into a veteran league in general, but these are the 3 of the toughest leagues in the game. CWL is going through a flux. There's going to be a lot of talent coming in, so it's a really cool time to be in there because you're going to have so many new faces in there, along with the new, established talent, that it's going to help the league a lot. So I look forward to seeing that. I think we'll see, as far as kind of IWAR events. It's a matter of up to the players, really. Every year people say things like, how big is the Johnny B Cup going to be, or how big is Morano going to be? And players want to get involved, and that's great. But it's up to you to get involved. Like a good example, we're going to talk later on about the nominees for the various awards. Mm-hmm. We were talking, there's about 110 people on the IWAR network page. Now let's say of those people, let's take 30 of them and say they're just, other league people.
They're observers.
Or they're like, I have some friends I have on there because they're into wrestling.
I don't have any friends.
I have a coworker that's on there too because he's into wrestling. He actually went to the show. It was in Boston, Clash Champions.
Like my best friends are Jake and Luke and Seth and Tom and Mike, Ryan, Andy. Those are my best friends.
Nice. So you take them out. That still gives you like 80 players in the mix between the 4 leagues. And of that, we got 12 nominations from BRL, 11 from IWL, 7 or 8 from NWL, and 4 from...
Most people know there's a separate CWL page, right? And I wish more guys... Because I don't think everyone crosses over for some odd reason. I'm not 100% sure why they don't. I just wish we had more crossover there. For some reason, we don't.
Yeah, I mean, it's a thing too. Is that this is the games you make of it, and hopefully once people see the nominations, they'll jump on and get more involved. But I think a big part of it's going to be the what we have in the works at NWL. Hopefully, is going to make the game way more engaging, and we'll see if that works. But it's also on us as players to get involved. You can't make people do what they want to do if they don't actually want to play. Let's see here. As far as NWL standouts, I think it depends. I mean, you have guys that are going over from the graduation point. We have guys like, Chris Hero, I think, is about to leave or is going to leave any minute. Lockdown's due to leave. But the thing is, we have guys at NWL right now, like Johnny Carnage.
A new Chris Havoc.
A new Chris Havoc. I have to look at my bullet. It's fine. I'm like, my mind, mind you, we're tired. Here it is. So, Gary Galaxy.
Gary Galaxy may be my new favorite wrestler right now.
I enjoy him.
You got DJ Jazzy Joe.
Yeah. Soldat Petrov, Jordan Drake. There's some fun in there, and one of the things we're working on, not to give anything away, but one of the things going to change is we're going to try to make the league have a faster pace. So it won't be as much waiting for like the Will of a tournament. It's going to be done a bit differently. It'll be fun. It will be fun, but it's going to be a matter of just we're going to try to step up the engagement and step up the speed. So that's what favorite moments in the IWAR the past year. Do you have any favorite moments in the IWAR this past year?
Let's see. No.
Well, I would say I think my favorite moments would include Cena Lucha defeating the Great David for the IWL Heavyweight Championship. That was a fun moment for a brief moment, and it was fun for Bad Company to come back to the IWA and go as deep into the Murano as they did, because I totally didn't think they were going to last that long. We were just like, we just came back. I think it was a fun trip, like the Bound for Glory series, the Tag Team Derby. It was fun to see the responses from players to the post. I think the interaction has jumped leaps and bounds from last year.
Yeah,
the board's way more active, and the page. And one thing people hear a lot is, this message board's dead, or that like even go to the IWAR message board, it's dead. Well, it's not. Get with the times. No one's going to Blockbuster to rent videos anymore. They use Facebook. It's about social media. Maybe they'd be like the kids and use the Snapchat.
Imagine.
Yeah.
Is that the one that you send dick pics with?
Yes.
It goes away after
Dick Van Dyke, Dick Clark.
Imagine a dick pic of Dick Van Patten.
Oh, that'd be a 10 right there. Because he's called Big Ten. You know that?
No.
Dick Van Patten. He's patting that dick, y'all. Anyways, I'm tired. Favorite moments. I would say I think overall my favorite moment has just been the IWAR draft was really fun to do again. Yeah. I think the dynamic with that, again, the engagement-wise, was having the reporters cut to the wrestlers as they were drafted really helped lend that professional level to it, I guess.
We had the mega match.
Yeah, that was fun. The mega match we did live on Facebook. That was a fun thing.
We had that Black Belt Jones match that we did, that we wrote as a group.
Oh yeah,
that was insane.
Yeah,
so that was pretty good.
That reminded me of like going to a comedy class and like, let's tell that story and all take turns. Oh boy,
we used to do that. That idea was from like my 8th grade English class. That were like, you got to continue the story, and they would go around the room. Again,
those are our favorite moments, I would say.
Yeah.
I look forward to this year. I think one of my favorite moments was the Molsons turning on Jimmy North in the BRL. That was really fun. I think, like a personal thing was the BRL was kind of the blossoming of the women's division, which kind of just happened by accident. And it was nice because we didn't sit there and say, we're going to build a women's division. We're going to do this.
It was organic.
That too. And that makes it better, I think. It's a more natural growth of the league. And someone said to me, how long are you going to keep the women's division? I'm like, as long as it's there. I mean, if it works out and it keeps going, that's fine. But I might actually set in-league limits on the number of female wrestlers to make it more fair, and be like, one or two wrestlers per manager to make it more, maybe 2 wrestlers each, and have, it's still early. It's still early. Let's see what happens. If in the middle of the year we have like 25 women wrestlers. Right now we have about 11 or 12 women wrestlers. It fluctuates. I mean, there's some that come and go, so we have like 15, 16, but really there's about 12 reliable women wrestlers.
Yeah.
And right now it's about establishing who's doing what.
It's already better than all the women's league, even the new revolting women's league, which doesn't sound right to me. I understand what they're trying to say, like it's women's revolution. It should be named the Women's Revolution League, not revolting women, because it sounds like the women are gross.
Yes, it does.
Like they want to revolt in my stomach and throw up.
Quick note I mentioned about the IWAR award. So what's going to happen is at the end of this episode, we're going to talk about the nominees for the 4 leagues awards. And then what happens is the commissioners and some contributors to the IWAR will all vote on the IWAR group-wide awards. This year, though, we're going to add some categories, including non-IWAR League of the Year, non-IWAR Commissioner of the Year, and a couple other things. But those are the 2 biggies right there to kind of recognize some of the leagues in the game that are really outstanding. We do actually have an IWAR Commissioner of the Year award, and I gave those out, I think, for the most part, my own. It's kind of a not really
we worked those.
Yeah, those are worked, but I think it's a time, it's a way of recognizing the work people put in and, the changes to the game they've made. So, one thing I think we're working on, too, is in the IWAR, if you want to call it a preview of 2018, and Jake and I have talked about this, and we'll talk about CWL in a minute, is establishing each of the leagues in the IWAR to have a very different feel and flavor, to kind of give it some difference. So if you go to the BRL, it's not the same feel as the NWL or the CWL or the IWL, and that's on the commissioners, it's on how we set it up. So, like, I use example, like, kind of a non-IWAR league of UNL. Scott Anderson, the commissioner there, has tournament. It's tournament-driven. There's always things going on, so you're always involved in something. It's a fun way to keep players engaged, So there's a lot of things going to be in the works, and I think these first few months are going to be really interesting to see how the things play out, because we're going to see the new look NWL roll out, and we're going to see a new look CWL roll out. So,
and don't forget to check out the new UNL Tubecast.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's brand new? A new one's out?
No.
Oh.
But it will be by next Wednesday, hopefully.
Christmas morning recordings. Put down your presents. Let's see here. They want to hear more about Rick Riley and the Killer Kowalski Wrestling School.
Not on this show, you won't. It will be on the NWA 1983 project. You can hear more about that there.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I don't mind doing that. And I was going to say, you can actually hear more about it if you want to listen to the spectacular Tubecast done by Luke Martin inside the IWAR.
Although I do have a concept for a show that will talk to wrestlers just about going to wrestling school or being trained. But I want to see how that's even possible. I'm gonna have to pay guys to be on it. So that might be a whole different thing. So except for Matt, because he doesn't get paid at all.
Yep. Let's see. What do I think? What do we think of the UWL?
I don't.
Here's what I think about it. I missed the deadline, so F you. I thought it was the steal again this year, so I didn't really think about it. I was like, oh, I'll send it in. And then I was like, hey, how does this work? Because I don't see anything online. And they were like, oh, yeah, it already posted. I'm like, well, now I'm not playing this year.
I played in the UWL 2 years ago. I won their league championship, and then I was eliminated.
Yeah.
So, pro tip, don't try to win anything until the last couple of cycles.
Yeah.
There you go. So we are going to start with the BRL. Number 507, league champion, Misfit Messiah. Holy shit, again. Yep. TV champion, the Extreme Icon Hannibal. Atlantic champion, El Dragon de Oro. Central champion, Jane the Vixen Red. Dixie champion, Grand Sabrosa. Eastern champion, Rick Challenger. Mountain champion, Punk Rock Mike. Northern champion, Luther Alexander.
Yay.
Pacific champion, Rick Riley. Prairie champion, Drunken Hunter. Southern champion, the Midnight Warrior. Western champion, Money Driven Mike Sebastian. Tag team champion, Rick Riley and Rick Challenger. In addition to that, they won the World Tag Team Championship as well.
You damn right.
TV Tag Team Champions, Colonel Dirk Vanderback and Sergeant Dagger Vanderback. Six-Man Champions, Suburban Hell Savages. 8 and 26, Punk Rock Mike and Money Driven Mike Sebastian. TV Six-Man, Rick Riley, Rick Challenger, and Frank Snow, combined age of 155.
You son of a... Yeah, so
Matt, what's going down in the BRL?
nothing.
Really, again?
No, the Battlecade pay-per-view will be revealed this issue coming up. So I'm finishing those write-ups tomorrow morning. It's gonna be a fun show and a lot going on, so it'll be cool. But we've had a lot of new names coming in, new faces. And the thing I've learned with the BRL is you have a lot of people come in and it's like, hey, a new face, and then they just fall, like 4 cycles later, they fall off the face of the earth because they see how tough it is. It is a tough league to play in. But it's also a very tough league because if you're not TTing, you're kind of wasting your time. It's not a league to if you're looking for a league to just kind of grab some titles and try to get a report appearance, you're better off going to a dead league. You really are. This is a hard league to win in. So there's that to think about. There's also going to be some changes because they're going to have the influx of new faces from the IWAR draft. So that's going to be coming up. That actually, if people are not sure, you don't have to actually be in your new leagues until January. So you have one last cycle to, finish up your affairs where you are and then head over. So BRL-wise, there's a lot going on, but we'll save it for the next issue or next episode so we can talk about the pay-per-view results.
Yeah. A couple of things that stand out to me. We have Sir Gunter's TT. Him and Ricky Kyle are at 2-2-1. So that series ended up being a lot closer than we probably initially thought it would be, because historically rookies don't do well against veterans, but it wasn't the case in this one. So Sir Gunter being, if not the best wrestler in the IWAR, probably one of top 5 at the very least.
Right.
And for anyone to go toe-to-toe with him is amazing. Yes. Also, Iron Zangief stood out to me this cycle. But, he's going to make Luther very angry. Which is not good for him. In addition, we had the debuts of Angelo Marksmith and 16. So I look forward to see what they're going to do going forward. We also had No Gimmicks Needed Kyle Candido, who also debuted. I think this cycle was his first one. This is the first TT I'm seeing.
Yeah.
From him. We had Nazareth Savage.
Well, I think, when it comes to anybody's trash talk, jump in, give your character time, give it time to develop, and we'll see where it goes. We've seen a lot of players also come in and lay out these big, sweeping storylines.
Well, this is why I like Nazareth Savage versus some of the other people that we had debuted who didn't talk about anyone. He took the time out to talk about people, which is good. Talking about Suburban Hell Savages. Mentioned Senior Lucha, although he's not in this league, which again is weird. But he did talk about the IWAR World Championship, the Revolution Championship. So that's good to see. So
yeah,
keep that up. Again, a lot of guys will come in and they'll start talking, but they won't talk about anyone, which is strange to me because we have so many people, especially in this particular league, that you can talk about or mention or do any of that kind of stuff, and they choose not to for whatever reason, and it's really weird. But I like to see that. That's it's really well done. So
yeah,
pretty excited about that.
I'm looking forward to more players coming in. There's also a thing, if you notice it, from Venom Scott, which if it's legit, that's interesting because Venom Scott is the commissioner from the XPL, and he does good work. He does really fantastic work in the XPL. We talk about that as one of our IWAR sanctioned non-IWAR leagues.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot going on in the BRL. And
who won the Battle Royal this cycle?
Oh, Bob.
What about Bob?
The Battle Royal was won by you son of a bitch. Let's see here.
Classy old Rick Kenny. I guess he won. That's the second one in a row.
Yeah, and so, second time not winning a regional title. How crazy is that? 2 Battle Royals in the Battle Royal League.
Yeah, it's insane.
And yeah.
So 2 back-to-back, that's really difficult to do, almost impossible.
Yeah.
Congratulations. That's awesome. Next up is the CWL Global Champion Hazard, Network Champion Pokemix Now, United States Champion Toxic, Yukon Champion Spoiler 2000, Caribbean Champion, Liam Markham, Amazon Basin champion. Friend zoned, Frederick Goodfellow. British Isles, Lubriglius, Lurin Odor.
Close enough.
Ambiguous, ambidextrous. I won't mispronounce it. He's going to be ambidextrous Lauren Oder from here on out.
All right, there we go.
Yeah. Milton Spozbuster is the Arabian champion. Death Warrants, South African champion. Siberian champion Fergus Brennan. East Asian champion Forgotten Vagrants. Oceanic champion Phantom Hawk. Global tag team champions Milton Smashbuster and Pokemon Network tag team champions Hazard and Toxic. Global six-man champions Koenig, Felix Nine Lives Brand Ventura, and Liam Markham. Network six-man champion Hazard, Toxic, and Death Warrant. So now what's going down in the CWL?
Well, Death Warrant won the Battle Royal, so that's out of the way. Nice. There's a lot going on, actually. It's a league very much in transition. For those of you that are on the CWL Network page or the IWAR Network page, have been made aware that there's a transition in leadership in that Andy is going to bring on Michael Swanson to become interim commissioner / creative mind of the league. So Michael is working on some changes to the league, and Andy's staying on to kind of handle the numbers and some of the background stuff. But I'm looking forward to see what Michael does with it. We know his work, so he's been around for a while, and it's a really good core of players in there right now. You know, the oddballs, which are Pokey McSnail and Milton Snarlbuster. I first ran into them in the MML years ago, and they're still, fun to read.
Remember when Luther went to the MML and took all their commissioners' championships?
Yes.
And then unified them with the NWL championships? That was fun.
Yeah. I like, Lauren O'Dur, Frederick Goodfellow, Joe Boring's over there. You have a lot of new faces coming in, and plus the IWAR draft, the CWL made a lot of big moves. They brought in Mr. Magnificent Jamie Montgomery. He's due to come in either this cycle or next. He's going to be there. It's just a lot of talent. Dixon Ticonderoga. You have the Von Schnapps coming back. So there's going to be a lot of things going on in there. And it's kind of like this almost like an intermission, or like the calm before the storm. And, we've had this big feud. Hazard became the first guy to have the league title other than Barry Stevens since September. So that was kind of interesting. I was like, oh, man. It was funny. I saw Barry Stratton. I was like, oh, a double a hold. But nope. It was legit. I picked like both 25s and missed a 45. Whoops. There's a lot going on as far as the feuds, but the titles are all kind of being in limbo right now because they're decisions are being made of where things are going to go direction-wise. So I would say if you're thinking of going to a IWAR league and you want to kind of get into a league, a lot of fun and a really good setup, you want to check out the CWL. So
agreed.
Yeah, there's a red-hot feud between Forgotten Vagrant and Barry Stevens going on. So that when you see the TT this coming cycle, it's going to be really fun to read. Enjoy that. So CWL-wise, lots coming, but get on board now.
Yeah,
now is the time to join.
Yeah. Luther will be making his debut there cycle after next.
Yes, good.
He's your heater, folks. So next up is the IWL, cycle number 79. League champion, Scotty Flash. Television champion, Koenig. New York City champion, the king of the IWL, Ulysses Monroe. Los Angeles champion, Rich Von Bruiser. Boston champion, Captain Bud, Drunk and Wasted. Detroit champion, Graham Underwood. Cleveland champion, Tim Riggins III. Dallas champion, Pastor Payne. Memphis champion, Attic McCoy. Miami champion, Troy LaCroix. San Francisco champion, Senior Lucha. Chicago champion, Haruki Fuji. Tag team champions, Graham Underwood and Kennedy Cage. TV tag team champions, Scotty Flash and Haruki Fuji. Six-man champions, Captain Bud, Drunk and Wasted. Rich Von Bruiser, American Justice. TV six-man champions, the Chaotix of Frederick Xavier, Graham Underwood, and Kennedy Cage. So, the IWL. Do not forget that we have our next pay-per-view, Starrcade. The matches will be submitted next cycle, and please get your entries for the $1 million challenge. As of right now, today, I have 4 entries, and 2 of them being mine.
Oh, oops. Do you need $1 million to join it?
No, you need $2 though.
Oh, okay. And when's the deadline for that?
The cycle.
Ah, all right.
So get your $2 in, so you can be included the $1 million challenge. And don't forget, the winner of that, there'll be 4 prizes, and the $1 million will be split amongst the four winners. And each winner will receive a shot at a particular championship. Would be the IWL Heavyweight, Tag Team, American Territories, and Grand Prix. This cycle's post to post, but seems to be got cut off. The cover was Aaron McFleece. He's the new Grand Prix champion. He defeated Mike Mason and Winston Smith Jr., I believe, and a 3-way to win the Grand Prix championship. And his next opponent will be Rambo Apocalypse. So there'll be a best of 3 series, and the winner of that will be the Grand Prix champion, or the next Grand Prix champion. So that championship is defended in the best of 3 series, just to make sure everyone is aware of that. And then we have our pay-per-view, which was fantastic. The opening match of the pay-per-view was Luther Alexander taking on Dr. Slam, and Dr. Slam dominated Luther in this match. It didn't last very long, although we did have a appearance by Tim Riggins III, who ended up choke slamming Dr. Slam, and Dr. Slam just got right back up. So,
oh no,
yeah, holy crap!
My God!
So just make sure, I'm not gonna go through all the matches here, but overall it's a really good pay-per-view. And after reading, the pay-per-view in general, I think my favorite match will probably be Hostile Takeover, Aaron McFleece taking on Lucy's and Piper Monroe. They did a great job. This pay-per-view should also be known as the Seth Brubaker show, since he wrote the majority of the matches for this.
That son of a bitch. This year was a Seth Brubaker show in the
for real.
IWL. That's one reason to be happy in 2018. Yeah. Less Seth Brubaker at the top of IWL. God damn it.
We had JJ Dials and Frederick Xavier, which was a good match. I do question the finish here. I'm just curious about, when you write these matches sometimes, and I talked to Seth about this. It's like I asked him, hey, you had all these guys come out and jump into the ring and what have you. Where the hell were the Chaotics? Do you think they would have made the save there? But they didn't go in that direction. So I challenged Seth on that. You gotta explain why they're not there. They could be locked in a closet, or they can be getting a blowjob in the parking lot. Pick something. We had a fond farewell to the Empire of Chaos, with pictures of all the wrestlers. Bon Voyage, he's gonna be back sooner than later. I guarantee it. I'm curious about Lord Noctis. I see TT from him, but he's not officially on my roster because I was going to put him in a pay-per-view match at Starrcade, and he wasn't there.
What?
Yeah, so that kind of weirds me out, but, whatever. Another great TT from Tim Riggins III, who's on fire as of late, really bringing it with the trash talk. So I like to see him vested and inspired and moving forward. Shitty TT from Luther Alexander, so no need to go through that. Coming soon to the IWL, Johnny Pronto, the Puerto Rican star. More obnoxious artwork from myself. So we have a picture of Demon Jr., a Street Fighter inspired Fighter Select screen, which I thought was fun, and a Luther's new movie, a remake of Rhinestone. So that's pretty.
Rhinestone.
You remember that movie?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. The big thing moving forward would be the setup for Starrcade, which my mistake. Happening a lot. It's happening a lot quicker than it probably should have. We probably should have another cycle build, but I had to get it in before the year's end because there was no dog days this year, so we lost the cycle.
Whoops!
And it just messed up my math. So that's why there's a quick turnaround on this.
We should also note Scotty Flash not only won the league title, but he won the Metro and Gold Fit as well.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
So congrats to Scotty Flash.
We have the Italian Stallions, who were the IWL Tag Team Champions, but I don't think they've won any matches.
No.
In singles, so yeah, you need to work on that. Great TT from Jacob Taylor. I think he's going to be a big deal next year. He's going to be one of the standouts for 2018. Again, fantastic TT from the Monroe family. Nothing out of the ordinary for them. Just great stuff. Apparently, Wyatt Relic died in November 1st, 1998. So that's good to see, I guess.
Okay.
Well, it's TJ's brother, so hopefully he comes back as a zombie. Zombie Relic would be awesome.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Someone's been watching Creep Show.
Oh, it's gross. A fantastic TT from TMS, who seems to me who are going after a couple different guys. Would it be Rose, Meg Mason, Dale the Owl. So it looks like TMS and the Monroes, which may be feud of the year already in 2018, but we'll see how that goes. So pretty stoked about the TT and the IWL. I think the TT and the IWL was superior to the TT and the BRL because we had less people writing TT. I guess you call it. What would you call it? Tirade TT or non sequitur TT or just weird trash talk that the BRL has every once in a while where people are just talking about random stuff like shooting TT, I guess you would call it, or whatever. Universe breaking TT is probably the appropriate word from the TT that you get in the BRL from time to time, which is bizarre to me. I don't know why people feel the need to do that. I want to do that one day and be weird about it, but that's me. No, I could do it. I could write fucking 2 pages and have a fucking manifesto too. That's not fucking difficult.
God damn, kids.
All right, so that's everything for the IWL. Don't forget to sign up for the $1 Million Challenge. Don't forget that the pay-per-view matches will be submitted this cycle. I posted all the matches that I have so far on the Facebook page. I think the only thing I need an opponent for Noble House, and they have a specialty tag team match they want to do. So I got to figure out what I'm gonna do with that. But just keep that in mind. Move forward. All right. Nice. So next up is the NWL number 106 League Champion Dark Death Knight, TV Champion Gary Galaxy, Atlantic Champion Just Insane, Central Champion Cole Adams, Dixie Champion The Nightmare Johnny Carnage, Eastern Champion Bombshell Warrior, Mountain Champion Ricky Kyle, Northern Champion Chris Havoc, Pacific Champion Lockdown, Prairie Champion Veritas, Southern Champion Derek Ducker, Western Champion The Wrestler with No Name, Tag Team Champions Judo Man and Ninja Man, TV Tag Team Champion Keelan Crush Wendorf and Jordan Drake, 6-Man Champions DJ Jazzy Joe, Riot and Veritas, TV 6-Man Champions Keelan Crash Wendorf, Jordan Drake, and Lockdown. Those guys should be a stable.
That's right. Well, Lockdown's about to graduate, isn't he?
He has a little bit of time.
He's real close.
He's real close. So we have a PWI inspired cover with our good friend Riot on the cover.
Nice.
Yeah. We have matches for season's beatings. Jake will be submitting those matches. Those matches are posted on the Facebook page as well. I think overall really good TT from the Blazer Corporation and Gary Galaxy. That's really solid. A shitty promo from William Worthy. Good stuff from Riot. Haphazard Chris Havoc. A new Chris Havoc, not that Chris Havoc, but a new Chris Havoc.
Chris Havoc.
Yeah, I think the original Chris Havoc was murdered by Luther Alexander. He was.
All right.
I believe I did a TT where I hooked him up, his nipples up to a car battery and electrocuted him. If I remember that correctly.
Oh, Luther also calls that his first date. Oh.
That's rough. We have a rap from DJ Jazzy Joe. Did you want to rap that? Did you want to rap that, Matt?
He's a Billy Jack Novak wannabe.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to rap that. So.
The IWA must beware. The quickest rising star is here. My name is DJ Jazzy Joe, and greatness is near. I'm a hip hop master, a look back to yesteryear. Now with pro wrestling, my skills are something to fear. I'm the mix master of the mat, the jam master of the jab, the disc jockey of doom, the best, the Duke of Dab. I'm unorthodox as heck, a man of many styles. I'm the wrestling version of the Proclaimers. I can go 500 miles. The NWL is where I reside. Like some sort of rookie, this place will crumble like a chocolate chip cookie. I have a lot to showcase, an inevitable conclusion. I hope y'all wrestlers have no problem with consistently losing. DJ Jazzy Joe is here. You don't doubt me, you're just whack. I'm taking over the NWL. The rest is a throwback. There you go.
Right.
You know, Chris Hero beating women in this TT?
I think he is.
Oh, good for him.
There's a lot going on in that league. It's good, but like I said, as always, we'll see a turnover of graduating stars and new ones replace them. I think we got a good crop right now.
So we have this tag team called the Giants, who apparently both like 7'2", which is interesting to me.
They're the Giants.
Yeah. I'm very, very impressed with the TT and the NWL right now.
Yeah, we were worried about it. Again, the same thing happens.
Not me. I've never worried about it. But I don't look at. I know they mentioned earlier about looking about who's going to break out in the NWL, and I don't look at it that way. I look at it as a class. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like as a graduating class, as a draft class. I look at it as like it's all one unit to me. And that's the way I always kind of perceived it, and that's kind of the way I work it. You know, these guys are hopefully, you know, if they stay together or they move on to another league or one or two guys feud with each other forever, and that's always a positive versus a negative. So just keep that in mind. Who won the Battle Royal this cycle?
That guy.
I think it was
it Gary Galaxy?
New Bombshell Warrior?
Oh no, Johnny Carnage.
Johnny Carnage.
The Nightmare. Johnny Carnage.
He's going to be real good, I know it.
Johnny Carnage, man. He's a wicked sick kid. I was today at work. We were talking about accents, and one of the guys made fun of the Southern accent. And I said, "Well, honestly, any accent exaggerated can sound obnoxious. Whether it's a New York accent, LA accent, or I said Boston accents. I mean, how many guys we work with are like, "Dude, kid's wicked like nasty." Like if you walk outside my work, there's 4 bars on either side of my work, and all the guys outside are all in the same conversation. Yeah, man, Tom Brady's wicked. Like, he's like the best dude. Like, yeah, man. Like, he's crazy, man. It's weird. So there's your Boston Minute right there.
There you go.
All right. So, NWO-wise. So, shall I do the preview for our 2017 Wrestler of the Year nominees?
Yeah, go for it, man.
Ellsworth. Okay, so as those of you on the IWAR message board, IWAR network on Facebook in this test, we asked you for your nominations. So what we do is we call all the nominations that come to us from the message board, the Facebook page, and people that email me directly. We then take those. So, for example, if Punk Rock Mike is mentioned among 8 out of 10 submissions, he's going to be one of the 4 guys. So using that math, we went there, and that's how we kind of got the nominations. So for the BRL, what's going to happen is we're doing something different this year. We've worked on a year in review. So the first top half of the page is kind of a running, like just, boom, 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 things that happened throughout the year that stood out. There's no real rhyme or reason to it. It just kind of talks about major moments that were memorable. And, if you don't remember one of the memories you have, that's just how it is. It is what it is. So the BRL's nominees will be as follows. So, as I jump ahead, and my computer sucks. God damn. Oh, this is fun. All right, here we go. BRL's nomination for most popular wrestler will be Punk Rock Mike, Jimmy North, Sir Gunter Kinderwacht, and Money Driven Mike Sebastian. The 4 most hated wrestler nominees are Ghostly Shadows, Hot Stuff Adam Cash, Luther Alexander, and the Black Superstar, Bobby Bedlam. The 4 nominees for most inspirational wrestler, Jane the Vixen Red, Mad Dog Dick Jackson, Broken Willie, and Bad Company. Non-wrestler of the year, Lucy Lethal, Catfish Rob, Suplex, and Gato the cat. Yes, the cat. 4 nominees for Match of the Year are Saskatchewan Sasquatch versus Dick Jackson in his retirement match, the women's ladder match to determine the Double X champion, Steve Stryker versus Punk Rock Mike for the global title, and the WrestleRama Fatal 4-Way Mega Match. Feud of the Year, Luther Alexander versus Mike Sebastian, Jimmy North versus Blood Money, Heather Hyatt versus Erica Rockwell, Sir Gunther versus the Endgame Brothers. Moment of the Year, Disciples of Doom's 500 Acts of Terror. Punk Rock Mike wins the Triple Crown. The Molson Brothers turn on Jimmy North, and Luther steals the money belt. Manager of the Year, the 4 nominees are Mark Duchesne, Catfish Rob, Keith Maple, and Mike Betulia. If I mispronounced that, I'm sorry. That's the best I could do. Who will be the 2018 breakout star? The 4 nominees are Bitter Cold Becky, Drunken Fisherman, the Starlet Liberty Monroe, and the Black Superstar Bobby Bedlam. So what we will have at the end of this, at the bottom of each page, there will be a link that you can go to, and that'll take you to a website that'll let you vote on these awards. That makes it easy for us. So here are the nominees for the CWL. Most popular wrestler, Forgotten Vagrant, Clark Pierpont, Koenig, The Oddballs. Most hated wrestler, Barry Stevens, Solus, Killer Clown, Death Warrant. The 4 nominees for most inspirational wrestler, Dagger Bomb, Joe Boring, Koenig, and Forgotten Vagrant. Non-wrestler of the year, Alex Martin, Ash Andrews, Gabriel Stringer, Patricia Parley. Match of the year, Dagger Bomb versus Barry Stevens, King of Kings final. Clark Pierpont versus Harry Hoodstar, Street Fight. Killer Clown versus Fingers Fairline, Elimination Chamber. Feud of the year, Forgotten Vagrant versus Barry Stevens, Clark Pierpont versus Solus, Goliath O'Brien versus Railroad Warrior Hammer, and Sledge and Hammer versus the Agents of Chaos. Moment of the year, Barry USA Stevens takes a knee. The Return of Dynamite, King of Kings Tournament Final, IWAR Draft Surprise. Manager of the year, the 4 nominees are David Garrett, Matt Riley, David Lewis, Andy Koenig. Who will be the 2018 breakout star? Joe Boring, Ricky Kyle, Lauren O'Dur, or Spoiler 2000? So those are your CWL nominees. Moving on to the IWL. The 4 nominees for most popular wrestler are Senor Lucha, Neo Dragon, Mike Mason, The Monroe Family. Most hated wrestler, Luther Alexander, The Empire of Chaos, J.J. Dallas, and Fortune 500, Aaron McFleece. The 4 nominees for most inspirational wrestler, The Monroe Family, Mike Mason, Senor Lucha, and The Arabian Dream, Ali Atari. The 4 nominees for non-wrestler of the year, Robert Race, Old Man Spivey, Ryan Patrick, Lady Xanadu. Match of the year, Luther Alexander versus Neo Dragon, Russian Death Match. Senor Lucha versus The Great David, Heavyweight Title Match, Part 1. Piper Monroe versus Marcus Monroe, Redemption. J.J. Dallas and T.J. Relic end the streak of the Regulators. Feud of the year, Luther Alexander versus Neo Dragon, Black Demon Jr. versus Senor Lucha, Piper versus Marcus Monroe, Mike Mason versus Andrew Dustin Coffin, or the Empire of Chaos versus Senor Lucha and the Von Schnapps. Now this year, the moments of the year, there were a lot of ties, so I thought, the hell with it, I'm just throwing them all in there. So here they are. The Midnight Society forms. The War Games of the Big House / Empire of Chaos retire. Black Demon Jr. claiming Senor Lucha killed his father. Revolution Extreme Civil War. J.J. Dallas and T.J. Relic end the Regulator streak. The Monroe family reunites. The Arabian Dream, Ali Atari turns good, saves Lady Xanadu, and is turned on by Luther. Manager of the year. The 4 nominees are Seth Brubaker, Seth Brubaker, Seth Brubaker, and Seth Brubaker. All right, the nominees actually are Seth Brubaker, Ryan Patrick, David Truesdale, Matt Riley. Who will be the IWL's 2018 breakout star? Dr. Slam, Winston Smith Jr., Fortune 500 Aaron McFleece, or The Jester. So those are your IWL nominees.
Nice.
And finally, let me get a drink of water here. Yeesh. Now I know how those guys feel when they do the Academy Award nominations. Mm-hmm. And now the nominee for Best Foreign Film Use of Clay. Most popular wrestler in the NWL nominees are Ricky Kyle, Lockdown, Joe Boring, Drunken Fisherman. The 4 nominees for most hated wrestler are Winston Smith Jr., Fortune 500 Aaron McFleece, Chris Hero, and Gentleman William Worthy. Inspirational wrestler nominees include Lockdown, Ricky Kyle, Chris Hero, The Drunks. Non-wrestler of the year, Art Deco, Gerald Horton, Susie the Floozy, or the Nonconformist Belt. Match of the year, Black Belt Jones versus Winston Smith Jr., Ricky Kyle versus Winston Smith versus Aaron McFleece triple threat match, Rumble in the Bronx, and Lockdown versus Worthy. Feud of the year, Lockdown versus Gentleman William Worthy, Drunk Camper versus Reaper, Ricky Kyle versus Winston Smith, and Chris Hero versus William Worthy. Moment of the year, Joe Boring promos, Ricky Kyle wins IWAR championship, Chris Hero attacks William Worthy's dad, and the last one I will leave absent for now because you'll have to see it in this coming issue. Manager of the year, Jake Joyce, Kyle Queen, Brad Norman, Gerald Horton. Who will be the 2018 NWL Breakout Star? Will it be Jordan Drake, The Nightmare Johnny Carnage, Gary Galaxy, or Haphazard Chris Havoc? So there are your nominees. Congrats to all who are nominated. As of Wednesday, we will have the official address posted. I might actually sneak out Christmas night and type them in early on the website, but you'll be able to vote and make your voice heard. And we hope you all will vote and help us have these winners announced in the January cycle issue. So, thank y'all.
All right, fantastic. So, guys, we are officially out of time. So, for Matt Riley, I'm Juan Cena.